Okay, so I know that a few people wanted to come, but apparently it's just me. But anyhow, I can just make, I guess, explain what it is and why I'm trying to do this, and just answer a few questions that I got from people who I invited, but they're not in this meeting. So let me maybe share the document I created. It's basically the old info I tried to keep there. Yeah, so I guess the one question, what it is and why I'm doing this. So the idea is that I can't see anything like really exciting for myself to learn analytics on Solana, and I think maybe I can create something just more fun. And yeah, um, and I guess why the first just want to learn a little bit myself, and the second thing is that um, I guess I like Solana, and I want to give something back to the community of Solana, and to make some good project there. That's basically my motivation. So yeah, I think that's uh, yeah, that's what it is. And let's go to the task for this week. Yeah, so it's very briefly. So the idea is to start with some warm-up question, which is like very straightforward, simple, and I come up with this idea that that most of you know probably that about JITO tips and priority fees on Solana if you already know the blockchain. So I just think it might be interesting to compare them in the volume, and that's why that's how it's not a so it's a simple task, relatively simple task that could take maybe if you already know the blockchain may take a couple of hours, maybe less, maybe more. But it's definitely if you never tried to work with it, you might know a little bit more. And yeah, so I come up with this idea, and I saw that so it's relatively a lot of transactions on Solana per second. So in order to be manageable, I thought it might be a good idea to limit it just the 1 day window, so it's not too big amount of data, and that's why it's just this. Uh, so to be able to check that it's correct, I thought let's just group it by hours. And so if you can work with the JITO and the priority fees and aggregate them, so all the values for any solution with any source would give this exactly the same result because all the transactions are the same. So I said that, so again, in this case, the criteria should be just all the values should be equal, but just to be, on the safe side, it could deviate a little bit, but it should be very similar. Yeah, so like it is started. Said it's good to have the weekends because many of the people can only spend some time on the weekends. So I think that the next task would be the same in sense it would end on the Sunday, but I will probably start it later, like Wednesday, start on Wednesday and on the Sunday. Yeah. I look in so one of the participants, I guess, already showed the query to the to Dune table, and so the difference in how we understand the task. So the one question I would like to answer, like I think it's important that so in the priority fees, you can understand two things. Like one thing is that as far as I know, that any transaction anyhow should have the fee at least 5,000 Lamport, and uh, there could be two interpretations here. One, should we calculate this extra fees on top of this 5,000, or should we calculate all the fees? So I think it's maybe easier or just more straightforward to calculate all of this. And I think that this should be the part of the um, like this is one of the things, and I will add this also this explanation here, like additional information that the priority fees should be calculated on all of the fees, not only this additional on top of the like minimum required. And this is also related that some of the transactions that actually failed could also take fees. So even though it's not successful, you still pay for it. And this is also should be here aggregated. For the JITO tips, there is no difference because you pay JITO tips only if all the bundle is successful. Uh, Again, as far as I know, and so you can so there is no difference. But for the priority fees, we calculate like we need to take an account here all the priority fees, including that are for the transactions that are actually failed, but and you still pay, so it's still included. So it's all the money validator gets from your transactions, no matter if it's I mean, no matter what. So yeah, this is I also tried to show this to a couple of my friends that are not really, they don't know anything about Solana. So that and they asked me basically, so where you can get data from. So I didn't write it here because I originally saw that it's more for like people who already know a little bit at least about the blockchain. So I guess that I know two right now. I know only two sources. One is the Dune, obviously, and like, but like for the people who never actually did anything there, I guess uh, I would try to find a link with anything, any example how to work with and just any table Solana related, just to start from there. And the other news source which I found, which I think is like also nice, and I tried to solve this task with this new source, and it worked as well. It's the ClickHouse, a ClickHouse source. So basically, some company partnered with ClickHouse, and they built a free, I guess, some way similar to Dune, with a few tables. There are significant limitations of how big is the query, but I mean, it's not that different from Dune in this sense. But it's working fast, but you can't make anything on a big chunk of data. So just for smaller tasks, I guess, because of the time limitation for the queries. So yeah, um, let me think. Is there anything else that I forgot about? Yeah, I think so far it's all the questions I got. So if you have any other questions, you can send it to me at any channel. Like you can comment here on this Notion document, in any place with it, like it's not clear, or you can write me if you're in the Byte Explorers community, you can write me there. Or if you know me personally, you can write me just directly. Yeah, so I guess this is yeah, this is for this task. Um, I also like, I think that it would be nice to have some like stimulating prizes just to make it more real. And I think I didn't decide yet how like big they are, but they would be big, just something for you know just to make it more fun again, because this is the goal, to learn something and to have some fun. Yeah, and one more thing, don't forget, if you made the solution, please also put it in the forum so I could also know that like it would be one place where I know that everybody, when it's done, if it's before the deadline in Sunday or not. Um, yeah, I think that is basically it. So yeah, if you're watching this in the record, just don't hesitate to ask anything additional. And yeah, that's it.